Ladies and gentlemen, don't look over your shoulder right now, but also sleep with one eye open. There's killers lurking all around you, and they're here to ruin everything that the baby boomer generation invented. Not because the products are bad, but because we have a vendetta over how we've been wronged in society.
Yeah.
And we've killed a lot of things. We're talking about millennials in general.
We're insatiable.
And we're not talking about actually killing things, just, products not existing or failing.
And here to discuss the bloodlust of the deadliest generation is another millennial.
Yes.
Dani Fernandez.
Yes,
Welcome
I am
back.
here. When you said we kill things, I was like hope.
Yeah. No, they killed the hope. They killed the hope.
They killed the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, they killed any want of us, wanting to procreate because we'd be giving the earth to people that would have the worst time with it.
You might as well throw a baby in a volcano.
Yeah. So it's maybe I was the wrong age, but I never really heard a whole lot of Generation X killed this or whatever killed this.
Lead, lead products.
Gen X killed hair metal.
Yeah.
I think we can agree on that.
Yeah. But there's also a lot more think pieces and blogs these days that need to fill content.
Well, they didn't have blogs back then.
Yeah.
But you know what? Who's writing blogs? Millennials. It's almost like they're doing it to.
It's self-deprecating?
They're cashing in order to get a check. They're attacking their own.
Yeah.
Thing is, a lot of those millennials might not realize they're millennials.
Yeah.
Because a big thing I've noticed, especially lately, is people just are using the term millennial to refer to the young people.
Anyone younger than them.
Younger than 40. It's like 40 to 20. And it's like, no, like I think
30 and 20s. If you're in your 20s, if you're in your 20s and 30s right now, you're a millennial.
I think the cutoff is like 25. And then it's like Generation Z. Like,
oh, okay. So people that are 22 right now are Generation Z.
Yeah, it's like 25 to like 40, I think.
You can identify Generation Z lingo the following way. I wish I still had the post, but it's like, if like the most terrible thing in the world happened, like if 9/11 happened again, the reaction would be, oof.
Yeah.
Oh,
Same.
Jesus.
Yikes.
Same.
Yikes.
Wow. Gosh, as a Dragon Ball fan, I wish I was in Generation Z. I just like that sounds like a badass name as opposed to millennial.
Yeah, well, they all do love anime. They love the escapism of Japanese
true.
cartoons.
Mm-hmm. So before we get into the things that we all just heartlessly murdered this year, I wanted to see, is there anything that you guys personally ended? I hate saying killed. It sounds weird.
No, killed.
What did you kill this year? What was like a product, service, concept, idea that you put an end to in your personal life? You're like, I'm not going to do this anymore.
Me, it was procreating.
Oh, okay, yeah.
1,000%. I won't do it.
You just stopped this year. Before that, you were cranking them out.
No, actually, I think that there was some point when I was like graduating college when I was like, I want a family, and then after a couple of years, I'm like, nope. I have my dog. That's good enough. I have my career, and
my career is my child.
It is, and it gives me much happiness in a way that a small human child wouldn't.
Yeah. My career is my son, and my son is my king.
No, but like, I don't know. It does terrify. And not to like say anything against parents and stuff, because my brother has 2 beautiful babies, which I get to live vicariously through.
It's perfect though.
One looks just like me. I don't know if you've seen I'm like, this is great. Thank you. It was like a gift because she looks just like me. So
but then you just get to get rid of them at the end of the day.
Yeah, but also I get to dress her up and like give her all
it's
presents.
All the fun stuff.
You get all the fun and none of the shitty
Aunt
parts.
Dani changed my diaper.
Right.
None of that.
But I'm not, and I don't think a lot of my friends are going to either. None of the guys that I dated this year, I don't think want kids.
Well, like all the people
who could afford it.
True.
Everyone we know that has kids either has to drastically just change their lives or just leaves.
Yeah, just
they leave LA
Yeah.
and go back to where they came from.
That's pretty much my plan. Go to Georgia and actually own a home if I have kids.
Whenever people have like multiple kids out here, I'm like, damn, okay. Okay, so you're playing with different money than we.
Yeah. You're on a different level.
It's a financial decision.
Yeah.
It's like buying a car. It's like, when someone has status and they get a car. Out here, it's like when you have a kid. It's like, oh, damn, okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay.
This guy's killing it.
Yeah.
This lady's killing it.
It's basically China.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a status symbol.
You got more than one kid.
Status symbol.
I feel like it's like
Some people
that.
out here I know like that have 3 kids.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy crap. And you got to pay for their schooling out here.
I think it's it's something that I've noticed, at least in the corporate side of LA, is that like it's like almost the opposite of ageist, where I feel like it's a signal of success to a potential employer if you're old and have kids and are getting like they're hiring for a position. It's like, all right, well, this person survived.
Right.
Like they obviously have done something.
Yeah.
So like an employer
put it on your resume, your
if this
LinkedIn.
guy's not living out of a box, like he's gonna work hard. Or
It's so hard.
What did you kill, Elliot?
The wedding industry.
Yeah. That's actually on the list. We'll get to it.
Yeah. Just got married, booked a financially responsible but tasteful and nice wedding day. It was small. It was very photogenic, and I didn't hire anyone to do any of it for me. It was literally just like 3 phone calls. Boom.
Oh, that's
nice
so nice
wedding and no debt, and no regrets about that, because that shit's. I mean, there's ways to do it right, but a lot of people feel like they have to.
Of course.
Do it all. A lot of young women are kind of sold this idea through various forms of media that you're not really married unless it's like
a big extravagant.
Straight out of a Disney movie, and like that shit is financially toxic. So many people go into debt.
Damn.
So yeah, I just avoided it altogether. I mean, I mean, we could have dropped a bunch of money on it. It was just like, nah. Spend that on something more important later.
Like a
vacation.
Yeah.
A 1% down payment on a house with a really aggressive loan that you'll never pay off.
Yeah.
I got a 70-year mortgage.
Yeah. And I guess like technically, you and me, Ricky, we killed
Machinima?
I wasn't going to get that specific, but we killed Working for the Man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
No,
great.
that's a joke. They're fine, I'm sure. But
when's this video coming out?
I don't know.
Every day is unstable in our digital world.
Yeah. No, I think I tried my best this year to kill like pre-made food. Like freezer food.
Yeah.
And I did a pretty good job of cooking, although like it does get old because I can cook like 4 things really well.
Yeah.
And getting out of that comfort zone and being like, all right, tonight I'm just going to download a recipe and try something new. But like, yeah, like my rotation has been satisfying and I haven't had to rely on frozen food. So fuck you, frozen food industry.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's still some good ones out there, but I
Fuck
don't
you,
know.
Wolfgang Puck. Yeah. I'll make my own pizzas.
I was going to say, I also killed like going to the grocery store. And I feel that that's like my one splurge is that I just I don't know. It's so packed here. People don't know.
Yeah.
It's just.
I get serious anxiety.
And you're going to run into every single person that you know at the grocery store.
that
I've run
happens.
into so
There
many.
was a while where I had an ex, this was years ago, and we shopped at the same Vons at the same time, like every fucking week. I was like, God fucking damn it.
I cannot go. Like I have to put on makeup because I'm gonna run. I'm just like, oh fuck, hi. You know, you run into like all these people that you know out here, and so
They're all judging your cart too.
Probably.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, so I started to use Instacart. This is not a promo at all, because they kind of
Instacart's great.
yeah.
You pay a little premium, but like I fucking hate going to the supermarket.
I do
so
too.
It's worth it for me.
So you're killing supermarkets.
Supermarket. Well, no, because you're still giving the money to them, but I'm just not going. And then Postmates. Postmates you can also use, but not just for food, because I was in like tremendous pain and I feel really bad. I Postmated tampons, pads, Pedialyte, like all this stuff.
Yeah.
And this teenage boy like rode on his bike I'm like, so I don't even have to like bear through being in line for all that shit. He had to do it. And he drove his bike in the rain to give me tampons.
Wow.
And I tipped him very well.
Good.
But I was like, this is so nice that I can just sit here and have tampons delivered to me.
That boy's gonna make a great husband someday.
Yeah.
I know.
He's already getting the
Unless
experience.
marriage fully dies at the end of millennials.
Yeah. So I wanted to do a quick recap of what millennials killed last year.
Okay.
Oh.
So it's a good one.
So the things you were listing are dead.
These are
dead and buried.
They shouldn't even exist anymore. And if
Yeah.
they do, they're just hanging on by a thread.
Yeah. Life support.
Let's see here. Casual dining chains like Buffalo Wild Wings and Applebee's.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
motherfucker. Unless I'm at like the airport, and even then, there's
Yeah.
options. Especially LAX. They've been renovating, and I gotta say I hated while they were renovating. It was a real hellscape, but now that it's done, it's a lovely airport. And yeah,
Well, no, it sucks getting to it. And
but once you're in, like I can't even think of the only times I've eaten at like those chain places like Buffalo Wild Wings, Applebee's, whatever, are either like at an airport or if I'm in a city
that
I don't like and
Going to
don't
the
have a lot
Sizzler.
of time.
Yeah.
last minute choice.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm from Orange County, so I end up down there quite a bit, and even then, their food options have improved quite a bit. But you sometimes still end up at a Red Robin
Yeah.
every once in a while,
Yeah.
or an Islands.
I would say the generation above us does love their B-dubs. They love Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, and Applebee's for sure. Yeah, it's like I think it's just for people older than us, especially when it was in its prime, it just is the safest option because you just know what you're getting. If you're in the city, 60 miles away for work or something, you know that an Applebee's is there. It's going to taste exactly the same as the Applebee's in your town.
True.
But it's like not good food.
No, it's not.
It's all frozen
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
microwaved. Yeah.
And I I found this out. Like in a lot of the locations, they instead of getting full liquor license, because like at least here in California, there's like 2 tiers of liquor licenses, and like the beer one's like $5K
Oh,
and the liquor one's like $100K. Like there's a huge difference.
Yeah.
So there's a whole industry of like selling basically like watered down hard alcohol that doesn't. It just meets the definition of wine instead of
Yeah,
hard ale.
yeah. I was just
And
going to say that, like
as
wine mixers.
and it makes their cocktails are just disgusting.
Yeah. Well, we've already been over the fact that like they get like the bar parts of like Applebee's and Chili. It's like it's always happy hour at Applebee's, and so you get like 2 for 1s.
Oh.
But the mugs, like if you took a picture with it, you would look like a giant hand.
Yeah.
Because
'Cause
the
they're so
mugs are so
small.
small. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
one,
you can
and they're
see-
filled in the bottom.
It's like Coke bottle glasses. the
Yeah.
edges
All
of
my
your face.
friends have been. I will say though, all my friends still love having their birthdays at Dave and Buster's, and I don't know if they're doing it ironically.
hate it.
Yeah, isn't that funny? I bet we have a lot of the same friends. They always have their birthdays. Like there's all these different people out here that have their birthdays.
Dave and
Dave
Buster's.
and Buster's, it's more than food though. It's
I know it's fun. I
yeah.
just think it's funny because I always just have people over, throw a house party or
Yeah.
like, whatever.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny to like specifically go. That's a thing to specifically
Yeah.
go to Dave and
It's
Buster's.
a symptom of arrested development
Yeah. Well,
in some ways.
I went to
don't
Dave
know.
and Buster's and I fucking hated it because I hadn't gone. I think like I'd been to maybe one in my entire life, so I obviously didn't remember anything about it. And I was just like killing time waiting for. I was like, it was like right next door. So I'm like, all right, I'll just go to this Dave and Buster's and play some video games.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
It's a casino for children.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All of the games are, even if it's a classic game like Pac-Man or something, it's designed to
you
only
keep-
last like 30 seconds,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it
yeah.
prints out tickets.
Yeah.
It's like it's so weird.
Although the Star Wars pod game in there, they were like one of the only places to get it.
Oh, okay, I didn't play that
it's
one.
So cool.
Yeah, but they have like Doodle Jump, but it's like, hey, 25 more cents, you can get some more tickets out of it.
Jesus.
Last year, millennials killed napkins. Millennials are
sense.
now opting for
Paper towels?
Paper towels.
either paper towels or actual cloth
Yeah,
towels,
cloth. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
which makes a lot of sense because it's reusable and
Yeah.
a lot nicer.
Yeah. I mean, my family growing up, all of our napkins, we had like just a fuck ton of cloth napkins
Yeah,
for some
cloth.
reason. And you just throw them in
Isn't
the
it
washing
weird
machine.
that those used to be diapers?
That
What?
is weird.
Cloth diapers? People actually
People still use them, yeah.
Still do. That's another thing of like,
Yeah.
that's like flexing your bank account a little
Right.
bit. It's like, oh yeah, we're using cloth diapers.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, would assume that it'd be cheaper eventually than buying a bunch of Huggies. It's just gross.
no, you got to like pay a fucking service to come pick up your
Cloth diapers.
shit diapers
Yeah.
in a big old poop bag and
Nah.
replace them.
You get like a scraper and you scrape out the bad stuff and then you toss it right in the old washer dryer.
I don't know if the poop is supposed to be in there with everyone else's clothes.
Yeah.
No, you just do a one load of
You're just soaking
cloth
stuff in
diapers
poop.
with bleach.
I don't know how it
don't
works.
know.
I don't really want to know.
I don't know. I guess let us know.
Let us know in the comments.
Let us know how it works.
Millennials last year, they killed cereal.
Yeah, I could see that. Cereal's so good, though, man.
Cereal's
At
good
all
for like a
ti-
dessert.
I don't know
All
the
times
last.
of the day.
I don't think I've eaten cereal in at least the past like 2 years.
Yeah, you're responsible for this.
Yeah, it doesn't even occur to me. I don't think I've even walked down that aisle.
What do you
at
have
the
for
supermarket.
breakfast?
A
Typically.
lot of times I just don't. Which
Yeah,
is
I don't eat
bad.
breakfast.
Not good.
But
Not good
I'll
for
drink
you.
like half of a Soylent, or I'll have like a breakfast burrito or something like that.
Yeah, I have a protein shake, and then it's really easy.
I hate breakfast. I hate the foods. It feels like the only foods that I like are like they should be dessert. It's like
Yeah, pancakes.
Oreo pancakes, French toast.
I hate pancakes.
I love sausage and bacon.
yeah, that
and
stuff's
shit.
good,
Oh, I
but it's
love
just
it.
meat, so it's fine.
I
I
love
like
meat.
eggs,
But, like,
breakfast tacos, Texas style.
I've been
I eat veggie patties. I
yeah.
get those. They're good.
That's-
They
at least
have
that's
great
good for
ones
you.
At like Whole
Yeah.
Foods.
I've
like,
I've
fry 'em.
specifically been upset at McDonald's. Like I'll be either up late or I'll get up super early and like I'll be hungry. But I hate breakfast so bad. But I'm like, man, it'd be great if McDonald's give me some fucking chicken nuggets right now. They'll do breakfast all day.
Oh, yeah.
but not chicken nuggets.
the rest of the
Get outta here with
You know
that.
they have
What?
it back there.
Yeah, I know. They just
I don't know.
just
My
fry it
local
up.
McDonald's serves the entire 500-piece menu.
I don't know.
And
all-
other
at
people's
all hours.
menus.
Yeah, that's wild. It takes you a year to navigate that shit.
I'm just gonna like try to get through
Yeah.
some of these instead of like harping on
Be
last
selective.
year.
Okay, do
The housing industry, obviously, because
Well,
no one can afford
yeah.
houses.
Why aren't millennials buying houses? Why
don't think
are
we've held
millennials
that.
choosing to not buy houses?
Yeah, it's weird.
Why could that be? What did the housing market do to them? Mm-hmm. Like, we can't afford it, bitch.
Yeah, that's
Motherfucker, we can't afford it.
here's a fun one.
Make the house cheaper.
One that I'm definitely responsible for. Bar soap.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah, it is gross. I've never used it. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
My ex would use it all the time. I'm like, but it has all the stuff from last time.
Is your ex 50?
No, but he acts like it for
Yeah.
sure. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you even in bathrooms? I hate that's so
Oh yeah, you have to like peel it
gross.
off of the
But
like
like
soap
somebody
dish.
else's wet hands were just touching it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
also yeah.
I don't understand.
this is
Please explain.
This is like an 1800s invention.
Everything I just
Yeah.
want to please explain to me.
And
I don't,
that's the
it's so gross.
The deal with a lot of this stuff is it's just like, yeah, some things when you make a better product,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
the older version of that product doesn't need to exist.
I bet if you showed anyone in the year 1900 liquid soap that you can pump out one squirt
They'd
at
throw
a
the
time,
bars away.
Yeah, they'd be
Yeah.
like, all right, well, we're going to stop using this bullshit bar stuff because it's gross.
But
Yeah.
even now, like in the public bathrooms where you can just put your hand over and it just gives you the little dollop. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I don't even
Yeah.
have to touch the poop stained,
Yeah.
nozzle.
Yeah.
Don't
of
touch
everyone
anything.
else.
If the whole touchless bathroom thing only works if you make literally everything touchless.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah,
but I
it-
think it helps in some way.
Kind of, but it's like even if the whole thing's touchless, if you go to the door and you have to use your hand to turn a knob,
No,
it's like,
I don't
boop,
do it.
done.
I don't
No,
do
I
it.
do it
I
with
take it like
the-
this.
yeah,
I'll
shoulder.
do this.
Yeah, whatever I can do to not touch that stuff, I'll kick the door with my foot.
Yeah.
I never people are gonna think I'm gross for doing this because I'm ruining someone else's day who chooses to do this. But I do not flush the toilet with my hands ever. If
Yeah.
it's a turn one, always the foot.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So if you're touching that, that's on you.
It's your
Yeah.
foot.
That's on you.
I do use a bar of soap, but it's like a beard soap bar, and it's very useful for that. But that's about it.
Yeah.
It's like a sponge. It like just
Yeah.
holds bacteria. I
Yeah.
don't understand it.
It's
Yeah,
real
that's the other
nasty.
thing that's fucking gross. Sponges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
All right, let's get to the things we actually killed.
Okay.
This is the last one that I'm going to do from 2017, but it makes a lot of sense because I have never really found a use for it. Fabric softener.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if it makes a difference. I'd like to think it does, but I've definitely gone years without using it, and then
I've
like,
thought
brought it
about
back.
using it.
Hey, wouldn't it be cool if I used some fabric softener?
Because, I think it's mostly for stuff like T-shirts. Like, after, like, enough washes, they do start to get a little stiff.
Yeah.
It's like, I should probably fabric soften them. But that would involve separating my laundry and, like,
Yeah, and do you mix it? Do you mix it with the other stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It goes in it goes in
a separate
It's
little.
separate.
They're all going to the same place.
They are.
but it's like a different part of the cycle, I think. It's the end.
The best is the quote. By the way, it was one of the biggest downfalls was fabric softener last year. Like a lot of things were like, oh, it fell by 10%, which is big for these companies.
Yeah.
Fabric softener sales fell by 26%.
Damn.
Holy
Imagine
shit.
working there.
According to Downy, millennials, quote, don't even know what the product is for.
Is Downy the
True.
one with the little bear?
Yeah.
They need to make ads with the bear just guilt tripping
Yeah.
people.
Wait, no, that's
Oh my
Snuggie.
gosh. Oh, no, you're right. It's Snuggie.
yeah.
Snuggie should, and I agree, because people are so weird. And now, like,
Why are
millennials
you trying to kill me?
millennials
Please.
are on this weird, like,
And it's just crusty.
millennials are on this weird, like, wanting to fuck, like, objects type
Yeah.
of shit.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the
Furries
robot.
out
And
there.
yeah, I made a joke about wanting to fuck, like, Doctor Strange's cape. I know it's a cloak. Everyone wrote me, it's a cloak. I'm like, it didn't sound as good in the joke. But, like,
Yeah.
you know what
It's
I mean? Like,
alive.
everyone wants to fuck, like, these, like, robot
Yeah.
and an alien. And so they need to do something with Snuggie, like, grown ass dad man Snuggie.
No, they just need to make
Wanting
like
to-
Snuggie
yeah.
needs to look like he's just got off of like a meth binge. He's just crusty as fuck. He has semen stains because of all the people trying to fuck him.
Yeah.
And it's like the only way to make this soft again is with Snuggie fabric softer. It's the only thing that works.
We're great people. We're good people.
Killers.
Okay, let's see what we killed this year.
Yeah.
Starting with an obvious one. I would go further than just this and say standard beer as a whole, but Budweiser. Millennials are killing Budweiser, the brand.
If I'm gonna drink some I'll call it daytime backyard beer.
Yeah.
That's the category of beer that Budweiser falls into. If I'm gonna do that, I'm drinking Coors.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or Coors
yeah.
Light.
Yeah, Coors Light usually. Like if
Like-
I'm just drinking to drink all day, it's always a light beer. It's not
Yeah,
Budweiser.
Budweiser or Miller. It just never occurs. Like, I don't think I've ever purchased it sober. There's probably been times where I'm like going on like the 1:45 a.m. run when a party runs out, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna get whatever's there. Might have got some Bud Light or Budweiser there, but
Yeah.
in general, no. Why would I want that?
Yeah, no, it's not great. It's always like the kegs are cheap, so if there's a party with a keg at it, which I'm
Yeah.
not going to as much these days, but it was always like Miller Lite or Bud Light or something. But yeah, I mean, it's just like
Millennials are super into IPAs.
Plus-
and
yeah, well, that's true. But yeah, I think it's
it feels good to just
I
taste
just
something.
it's like unique and
well, even if it wasn't IPAs or whatever, it's like people are a little bit more, I guess, educated now that Budweiser is a lager or a pilsner or whatever, and it's like you could get that, and you
Yeah.
can have it taste better
There's some
by
good
just
ones.
getting like, and
Yeah.
you can honestly like. It doesn't matter anymore because Anheuser-Busch or InBev owns all
They
these
own
places
all
anyway,
of them.
so it's not like you're
Yeah,
I'll
they're
just go
not
to my
dying.
local place.
Stop.
No, just the brand. The brand is
the
dying.
brand.
okay.
Well,
Yeah.
whatever.
no, there's still a bunch of people in the South that I feel
Oh
like
yeah,
would
no, my dad loves
like,
Budweiser, but even
go
he
to
drinks a
NASCAR and
Bud
bring
Light.
it.
So
You ever call your dad and you're like, "What's up?"
and he goes, Budweiser. See, they're not doing good marketing.
You know
anymore.
what's really
Yeah.
funny is I have a feeling there's something about this that this is specifically connected to also something that we've killed or been accused of killing, which I would say is the NFL.
Yeah.
Is that like millennials for multiple reasons, political and also they like don't watch a lot of it or
Yeah.
don't watch TV as much anymore. And so that having to do with advertising, I think too, because that's where they do a lot of their advertising.
That's
Yeah.
a good point. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that-
I feel like it's the generation above us that's still super into I mean, I love football, but I feel like it's the generation above us that's still so adamant about it. And the generation below us does not give a shit. A lot of them.
yeah, and that's the thing too is like
Yeah.
it was a lot more of a people the boomer generation and Generation X. You would grow up in a location and stay there.
Yeah.
And I don't think people are like as attached to
Oh, yeah.
the pride of their
Yes.
city
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah, yeah.
Usually,
Mm.
there's that, and also like, I mean, it's very easy to turn a blind eye to it, but it's become a lot more apparent that there are severe physical penalties, both mental and physical, with that sport specifically.
Yeah, my brother actually played football in school and was like really good. And he has a young son, and he was like, I'm not going to put him in football. And I just think that's crazy.
A bunch of pro players say the same thing.
Yeah.
Like I would never put my kids into football.
After Junior Seau pulled into his stadium parking lot and shot himself in the chest.
So that they could save his brain?
Could dissect his brain. It's hard to really...
And also there are a lot of racists in the organization. But
it's just a weird company.
And
Like, if you look at, it seems like the NBA is a very player-focused organization. I mean, like, at least, the players are, if they want to be politically active or...
Did you watch Shut Up and Dribble?
No.
It's great. And it was very fascinating to see the difference in the organization. It's like, this is what you could be. It's mind-boggling to me.
Football, they're all basically like independent contractors, even though they're the ones, making the money for them. But
in the end, like, even the people that they interview, like the executives, they were like, we want our players to feel like they have a voice.
Yeah.
They're making you millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like the least you could do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Plus it's like, I mean, it's cool, I guess, but it's just like big plays are awesome, but sometimes it's just fucking boring because something happens and then it's like, all right, let's reset up or let's go to commercial. Let's do this.
Of pauses. Let's do that. Hard to maintain my millennial attention span.
Yeah.
Oh, with football,
keep it snappy.
2 minutes
American
is
football.
2 minutes is like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
millennials have put Costco in peril.
that's because they don't have families.
Yeah.
So you don't need. I mean.
Yep.
I don't know if you need a 18-pound bag of trail mix, but
It's also
considered it.
or like 26 toilet paper rolls.
This is what I've heard though, that I've heard that Costco has great health insurance for affordable rates,
Wait,
which
what?
is really
Damn,
weird. You can get
they have some
Costco
cool
health
stuff,
insurance.
and they have like you can get like
I
your
know it
eye
says great.
exam,
I do my
optometrist.
their optometrists are good. You can get in real quick.
But
It's
so does
affordable.
Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to support them.
Oh, okay. Well, so does Target, or I don't know. Like there are other places where you can get your glasses.
Yeah.
Like
Well, and Costco has a good reputation for actually like paying their employees living wages,
I think they're a
even
good
before,
organization.
Oh yeah, yeah.
even
yeah.
before like the whole clamoring for
They're on the
raising
level.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Costco should stick around. Basically, one of the main reasons is
They haven't raised the price of their pizza or hot dogs in like 25 years.
their pizza is incredible.
It's very good.
But it's mainly because even like Costco is like kind of the last of the bigger stores that are still supported, but it's because all
gas is cheaper if
Yeah,
you
but
have a
the lines are
Costco.
insane.
Yeah.
I know, but you got to go on a different day.
yeah.
You
It's
can't go on a
because of shopping
Sunday. You
online.
can't go on a Sunday. Oh
shopping
yeah.
online, like Amazon.
But
is,
you can
yeah.
shop at Costco, because I know my brother he was like, you can use mine for Black Friday, where
Jim Costco is watching.
But he was like, if you want to use my login, like, or whatever, you can just use heads up people, and you can buy from Costco online.
Costco also delivers.
They do deliver.
Our old
They
office.
should
used to
sponsor
do
this
that.
podcast.
Yeah, no, not a lot of people know this, but you can just order Costco
yes.
shit in bulk, and they show up on like a pallet.
So I don't know if the prices are comparable to Amazon, like if it's, but I imagine it might be cheaper. Gas, though, that's
you
a
have
big
to buy
thing.
in bulk.
Yeah.
I mean, I have like a garage that I never use, and I was thinking like,
stopped
I'm
up
like, we're all
for the apocalypse.
It's a tiny fucking garage. And we're always running out of like toilet paper and paper towels, and I keep thinking like, if I had a Costco membership, I could just fill the garage with toilet paper and paper towels and never have to think about it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when I was growing up, we had like one family that we were friends with that had the freezer in the garage.
Yes.
Like, what the fuck is this?
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, it's for like all the extra stuff, and we just keep frozen. Like extra, like it was just such a foreign concept to like have enough to have
Food,
extra.
yeah, to have extra.
Yeah. It was just very weird. But great pizza though. If you haven't had Costco pizza, I highly suggest it. Although it's like one slice is an entire week's worth of food.
And you can eat a whole meal there just walking around trying them samples.
Yep. You can feed yourself for a day. They also have like pajamas and outdoor furniture.
They sell a box of condoms that has like
What?
100.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like
That.
now when your brother let you use his login, and now he's just getting ads for bulk tampons. You can't even go on
Condoms
Facebook anymore
and stuff.
without getting
Hell
these.
yeah. That was another thing that we apparently are killing is tampons because a lot of people are moving over
Cloth.
to. There you go. Those cups.
What?
Not
The
to the
Demi-
diva cups.
Diva cup.
Yeah.
What a name.
I know you guys want to talk about that.
Diva cups.
I don't. People are like, you can't feel it. Yeah, you can. It feels like a cup is up in your vagina.
This is just a topic I'm never going to be able to like
You're
relate
so
to. on
lucky
any,
you don't
like,
have to deal with it.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
You're so lucky.
Thank you, God.
Yeah, but you'll
But
never know
apparently-
you'll never know about our pee condoms.
Oh.
Because if you have to get in LA traffic, they developed a pee condom. You just slip it
Perfect
right
to
on the
pee.
tip and you just go.
Isn't that what like a water bottle is for?
Nope.
No, it's a cap.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, cap now. Millennials are helping the catheter industry.
Saving the cath industry.
They don't have enough time to
I'm
pee.
saving so much time not going to the bathroom.
Not using toilet paper, just going right in the bag.
Great.
Here's a very, very popular one that everyone knows about. And the blame should be placed elsewhere, but it was placed in the laps of millennials.
Okay.
We killed Toys R Us, apparently.
No, actually, what was the name of their parent company? It, like literally sounded like an evil corporation from a like Adam Sandler movie.
I don't know the name of it, but yeah, it was basically a company that bought it just so they could bleed it dry. And
Yeah, their
Oh.
entire business
Yeah.
plan was to make as much money as possible, shut it down, and leave thousands of employees in the dust.
You know what's
basically.
really funny when I went to visit my brother is that his kids don't have like his daughter. She does play with toys, but like they like playing with the iPad.
Yeah, it's all apps.
And now it's like adults are the one buying toys.
Yeah.
All my friends are buying Funko Pop dolls, and like little kids are like wanting to play on like the iPad and stuff.
Yeah.
What they need to do is just once a year do like Toys R Us pop-ups, where it's like you can go get the experience of going to a toy
Yeah.
store and then just shut it down.
Yeah.
Toys R Us, apparently they're coming back though. The brand was licensed to other countries, so like it never died in like Europe. I saw one in the Philippines, but like I guess it's coming back here in the U.S.
Yeah, it was the whole
Yeah, it's
thing was a
It's
weird.
gonna fail again though.
It was a weird like business. There's a way that you can do it where even taking a company and making it bankrupt will make the people that are in charge of the finances of it rich.
Yeah.
It just happened like yesterday with Sears,
Yeah.
where they had a bunch of golden parachutes, even though the whole company went under.
I have no idea how they stayed for as long as they did. I don't know who's going to Sears, but maybe getting their portraits. I learned how to drive at Sears because they have a Sears driving
Yeah,
school.
yeah, yeah.
When I lived in Texas, that's how I learned how to drive was through a Sears employee.
Yeah, I know that Sears for a while like did okay because they kind of they were either owned it or were in complete partnership with stuff like Craftsman Tools,
Yeah.
Kenmore Appliances,
Right.
and stuff like that. And it's like if you had those tools and like one broke, you could just take it to Sears and get the replacement. Or if your washer was messed up, like a Sears guy could come out. It was
Oh,
like
yeah.
super easy.
Yeah,
So I
they
think
were. They were a place you'd go for service. It was the same with like Home Depot. Like Home Depot 20 years ago, the people there like knew what the fuck they were talking about. Now you go there,
Right.
they're all just like minimum wage employees, and like you ask like where a specific thing is, and they don't know what the fuck you're talking
yeah.
about.
Yeah. Is Home Depot doing it? I feel like people are really into DIY shit though. So
Home
surely
Depot
they
is
would
they're
be-
fine,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
like they're fine because like they're paying people
And it's
super low amounts of
Oh,
money,
yeah.
and like
and the
They
things
don't
they
give a
sell you
shit
can't
anymore.
really order online and have shipped. Like if I need some
Yeah.
plywood or stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So I guess they're probably
still
fine.
better off going to a lumber yard.
Yeah. But you know what's funny? Because Best Buy and all that kind of shit sucks. But I took my dad specifically just so he could see it to Fry's Electronics.
Yeah.
And he was like, I could spend all day in here. Like,
Fry's
they
is
have,
great.
Fries is good.
And everyone
I
that
love
works
fries.
there, that's the good thing is like it's like how Circuit City used to be 20 years
Yeah.
ago. Are the people that are in their specific areas,
They're all commissioned.
they're
so
commissions. They
they're-
have to know what they're talking
Oh,
about.
yeah. My brother's Fries has like food and clothing and
Yeah.
shit.
The
I'm
one
like,
here does, too.
damn. Oh,
Yeah,
does
they have
it?
a cafe and yeah.
Oh, I thought the one over here has just all electronics.
No, it's in the back corner.
Oh,
though.
okay.
It's hard to find.
They
They
like have a
also,
little corner of clothes.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is true anymore, but for a while, like Fry's had this reputation for being out of like any retail store, they would most aggressively go after shoplifters. Where like if you were caught stealing like a stick of gum from their checkout line, like they would prosecute you to the full
I
extent
love how
of the
petty
law.
that is.
Yeah.
You should see the. You should read into. I can't remember all of the details of it, but it's actually really interesting and If you're a shoplifter, probably terrifying. But
the Reddit?
Target.
Oh, Target.
Target has like what is like equivalent to a private security firm that works for all Targets. Like they've built their own like database of everything.
Yeah.
And apparently what they've done like technology wise and with their staff is insane.
Weren't they
for
like
asset
contracted
protection.
out for some like
Someone
government
used
thing?
like some like government or local municipality like used Target's
I can't remember what
assets
the
to
context was.
I was going to say I used to work at Best Buy when I was right out of high school. And I remember like you can't go after like if someone's shoplifting. So like someone could literally take a TV and you just like watch them go. You weren't allowed to like stop people or
it's
run
all
after
liability.
So that's why that's another like loophole that they get through by by creating their own private firm. It's not a Target employee
I see what you're saying.
that's apprehending them, so they have like a bit of like decreased liability in the person like suing Target.
Yeah. I also want to say everyone, Best Buy, we were forced to push all those warranties. Don't get them. I don't think that they like suck. It would be for like headphones, like 1999 like dollar headphones. Do you want a 2-year warranty?
Come with a warranty in
company
the
gets
box from the manufacturer.
And they would push us to sell magazine subscriptions. So one day I got my boyfriend to come in and he just like bought all of them and then immediately canceled them when he left.
Nice.
And after that, they like left me alone. So anyways, just some tips.
Pro tips from a millennial.
Yeah.
Yeah, look for the stores with the no chase policy.
Yeah. The best thing about working at Best Buy, I just worked there like one summer break, but the best thing was when the Wii came out, I could like grab it and this was Black Friday. I could grab it and hide like 2 behind my register, and then my friends got to stroll in at noon, and I just like gave it to
everyone
them.
does that. That's why like any
Work
Black
in
Friday you show up and
retail.
all the hot ticket items are just immediately gone. It's like or they're like stuffed underneath it.
Yeah, in a different spot.
What are you doing going to Black Friday? Hope millennials kill that next too.
We already kind of covered this, but I'll tie it with the complete opposite, which apparently we also killed. Millennials killed marriage.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they also are killing divorce.
Well, it's a very simple explanation. Millennials are marrying people after really, really thinking hard about it. And when you do that, it's more likely to work out.
But also, if you're not getting married, you're not getting divorced.
Right.
Yeah, divorce
So-
lawyers are losing money. Elliot's very close to the.
You don't
like,
get
actual-
married at 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very close to the actual explanation, which is like millennials are stressed more, are paid less.
Yeah.
It's harder to make a relationship work.
I know.
So when it does, and you actually, and people, and it's typical that they're waiting much longer to get married, whereas in decades past, people would be together for 2 or 3 years and get married. Millennials are waiting like an average of 5 to 10 years to.
Yeah.
So it's like you kind of know, who the person is.
should.
Then
Women want careers more now. They don't want to just get their MRS.
what the hell? What the hell's that?
That's an old boomer thing where it's like she got her MRS at Auburn.
At Baylor. Yeah.
It's like you're not there for a degree. You're there to get a husband.
Oh.
Your MRS. Yeah. I actually, when I was graduating from UT in Austin, like everybody was getting engaged, like graduation night. There were all these photos and I ended up getting engaged like a couple months later. But anyways, I'm divorced now. So I didn't.
So you're
Don't
not
recommend
killing
it.
divorce.
No.
You're keeping it alive.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I don't know if I'll have more, but might
You gotta
rack
keep the
up
industry.
2 or 3.
You gotta keep the industry going. Please, Dani. There's divorce.
What I wanted
lawyers
to
just like,
say is don't get engaged the night of graduation.
Yeah, that's a
essentially.
big, like.
But in the South, it's like such a thing.
Also,
like at Baylor and UT and OU and like Alabama, and like you just see all these people. I know people, at home. Let us know.
Also,
Getting engaged then.
don't ever listen, kids. If you want, for whatever reason, to join the military, don't get married before that.
And
don't
use your signing bonus
to buy a Mustang.
And if you do,
man.
don't go to a dealership near the base because they know what they're doing.
Nah, but one of the biggest like leading divorces now is all military personnel.
Yeah, like
because they're getting engaged before they go off.
They're
or
all
married
like
before they go
19.
off.
Yeah.
And they're young, so that's not obviously you haven't experienced any of the fucking world yet. Either person, the woman or the man or whatever, is just like, you just wait a little bit.
yeah.
Millennials. This sounds sadder than it really is, although it is sad. Millennials are killing themselves in a race to get ahead.
God.
Oh, so it's not actually.
Millennials are actually putting a big detriment on their mental and physical health by the race to be the best at everything so that you can actually make money and survive.
I don't know if I believe this one.
Yeah.
I truly feel like every generation is doing that because I look at like last night I had an Uber driver that had to be like 80 years old and I was like, this sucks. Like you have to do this because you don't have retirement because like my grandpa worked until I don't even know how old he is, but he was like, I feel like people are having to work longer and it's sad and it sucks, but I feel like every generation is kind of going through that where they're just like killing themselves to make it in this country.
I don't think this is really
the main thing that they focus on in this article is millennials are mentally burdened with the previous generation's measurement of success.
Oh, that's absolutely true.
Yes.
That's gonna fuck with you if like
you can't own a home.
If you're being judged for like not being as successful as a generation that came up in the greatest period of prosperity in modern history.
Yeah.
Like they're judging from a completely ridiculous standpoint where in the 1960s and 70s you could graduate from college, get a job, buy a house all before you turned 30.
Yeah. So I'm like that's it. It's different for us. Like I'm 34 and I live in an apartment, which on the base level sounds really sad in the grand scheme of like what you think life should be like. Yeah.
But you live in LA.
Yeah. So it's not as different, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I know like fucking people who own successful companies who live in apartments still.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel good.
We kind of already hit on, we killed youth sports, but we already said like people don't want their kids getting CTE anymore.
Yeah.
Here's a fun one.
Soccer's popular though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soccer's
great.
Always getting bigger every year, growing.
Yeah.
And spreading communism with it everywhere it goes.
Millennials, this is a big one that was like a social media moment. Millennials are killing the top sheet. Your bed's top sheet,
I hate it.
Like a duvet.
I hate it. No.
Just the sheet that's not the
sheet that goes.
sheet.
Yeah. So when you pull back your duvet, and then there's that sheet. It's the same color as your bed. You know what I mean? It's like that.
Yeah.
It's just the one extra.
You don't
thin
need
sheet.
it.
Why
you don't
complicate things?
Yeah, you don't need
Just
it.
give me one.
It's annoying
blanket to rule them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I pulled mine off. I don't even know where it is.
My top sheets are all. I own a bunch, but they're dog sheets at this point.
Yeah. That's because you're not using fabric softener. They feel great.
Yeah.
It's funny. There's the excuse of it's pointless because it kind of is.
It is. And if you're sleeping with someone and it's like, it's like having
it's another thing to tug on.
Yeah. It's just,
it's like another thing tugging you and like awkward.
And it's also the dumbest excuse in here is that millennials don't have time to make the bed with an extra sheet in it. You save seconds of time by not tucking that other sheet in.
That's not the reason.
I will say
because what's the point?
Yeah. Here, the pros. A flat sheet helps with temperature control.
It does.
The sheet
to
keeps
some
the
extent.
duvet clean longer.
I guess.
Here's how I do it.
The sheet.
Take my arm from underneath the blanket.
Put it over.
Boom.
The sheet
Climate
gets
control.
bunched up at night, and it adds extra work. It
is annoying. Well, and also like my ex would like want to be under it, and I wouldn't, and so it was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Well, it's another thing is like, so if whoever is under it wants to turn over or something, it's gonna jerk the bed
Just
around.
don't do it.
It's like
Say no to top
same
sheets.
reason millennials don't own water beds anymore. If you move, the whole thing's going wild.
Oh my god!
I used to have one.
waterbeds?
Plus, those
What
things
the-
were based on like a complete medical lie.
Yeah, and everyone
Like,
had
it'll
has
make
back
your
problems.
back like perfect. It's like, no, it actually like contributes to back problems.
Yeah.
I thought that was just something that they had in Vegas. I didn't know people
No.
actually had.
I had one
water
growing
beds.
up.
Yeah, I knew people with them.
I had one growing up. It
Getting
was,
into bed is like a real pain in the ass.
and you had to, there was
It's always
there was
an
like
adventure.
you had to turn a heater on if it was like
Yes.
in the
That doesn't
wintertime.
seem safe. That does not
Yeah,
seem
no.
safe.
It
Ice
was
bed.
definitely weird looking back on it. I
Yeah.
thought it was like normal
Yeah.
then. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But
Plus, they'd always pop and they would just ruin a house.
yeah, it
gotta
could ruin a
replace, like,
house.
the
Yeah.
floors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine never
You know what?
popped,
You
but-
know what millennials are probably killing? Mattress stores. Because
Oh,
they're
yeah, I
getting
think that
their,
was
like,
in the
thing
last
on
year one.
Casper or something, whatever.
The mattress industry is it's bullshit.
I have no idea how they even like. Sometimes I'll see a mattress store. I'm like, how are you? Do you make one sale, if that, a day? How are they?
There's a theory that this mattress chain in the UK called Mattress Firm is like a straight up money laundering scheme.
Yeah.
Because they'll have
Well, we
like
have
two
Mattress Firm
locations.
here.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, we have Mattress Firm here.
They'll have like two locations like a block away from each other. It's like, who the fuck is buying all these mattresses?
But do you know how much LA Realty is? Like,
Yeah.
I have a mattress store that's across from me, and I'm like, no one goes in it. The
Yeah.
person just sits there, and like every time someone comes in, they're like a little lost dog. Like, can I help you?
Yeah.
Can I help you?
Yeah.
They don't see anyone ever.
They own they probably own the property outright, I would imagine. And then so the real estate is worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
So
Just to hold a bunch of mattresses
Yeah.
that nobody ever goes into.
Yeah.
How often do you buy a new mattress? I know you're supposed to do it like every
supposed
5 or 7 years.
5 or 7 years.
Really?
My
I
last
thought it was
mattress,
like 10.
I had my last mattress for probably 6 years, and I bought it from a friend.
Yeah.
Who I don't know how long had.
This is bad, and I don't recommend doing this, but I bought a mattress from Craigslist.
Oh, no.
It was new. It was like from
No, it wasn't. They put some plastic on it.
It was the best mattress I've ever had, and but I think it was from like an outlet, like it was from a wholesaler.
Fell off a truck. Was it wrapped in
was the
plastic at
best-
least?
Yeah, yeah.
No,
yeah.
they could
Okay.
just wrap those in plastic.
Whatever. It was the best mattress I ever had. And I was never on, like, you know, I always had a sheet over it protecting me and whoever slept in it before me.
Yeah. Well,
But
you'll
don't
probably,
use-
in case
but
you peed
don't-
it, you used one of those pee sheets.
But you know what's really funny is I've sold my mattresses on Craigslist. People buy them used. I don't know, but I don't know.
Well,
As long
hey,
as
guess
it
what?
doesn't smell like piss and cigarettes, like, you know.
Yeah.
I'll say this. Mattresses are like the one thing where you should probably
Buy new.
buy
Mine
new
was from
and
a
invest some
wholesaler.
money. Like, don't go cheap on a mattress.
That's true, because you spend
I
like
wish we had
8
a
hours
Casper
a
code.
day. in it.
I love the Casper, and it's great because you just get it shipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it's way.
But I was sleeping on like a 10-year-old mattress before I got that like Casper mattress, and my amount of back problems
Yeah.
like noticeably reduced.
Yeah.
On getting a new mattress.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I
and
I concur.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I talked about it on Twitter with you, but the weighted blanket,
Yes.
Yeah.
I need to.
love it.
Didn't Rob get one?
I don't know, but
Hey,
it
Rob.
does get hot.
Yeah.
So like, but it's a great workout because my body I'll wake up and it'll be off of me. So my body's doing like workouts.
Okay.
Is
Lift
getting
that
it.
blanket.
Okay, Ricky.
It's a really heavy blanket, but
let me move that blanket.
dude, when I get into bed and like, because I have terrible sleeping problems, like
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
really bad at sleeping.
You should do sleep hypnosis. There's like tons of apps and no, I swear, like it really does help me. Like I play it when I go to sleep and I've noticed that I sleep longer without waking up. And if you're having like, you should just try it. What do you lose in
No,
trying?
I put on. I've got it down now.
Okay.
I take a melatonin gummy,
Okay.
and then I got my weighted blanket.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be ice cold,
Yeah.
and then I put on Aerial America,
Okay.
and it's just flyover shots with the person going, "This is the Mississippi River. Look at all
There you
its
go.
grand
You got all
glory."
this light shining in the room.
No, I have it like the TV turned all the way down to like on the brightness and
That's
stuff.
why you shouldn't.
I gotta have something. My brain
not
has to,
supposed
like,
to have a
sleep
TV
with
in your
any
room.
light on.
But you're
can't-
also
I
not
can't have
supposed-
silence. My brain does not like silence.
White
Yeah.
noise. Try white
Another
noise.
thing is like I think you're not supposed to sleep by your phone because it's still emitting shit.
I sleep directly next to a wireless charger, so my
Yeah,
brain is just
so-
fried. Probably.
Yeah.
That might be it.
Um, millennials are killing the funeral industry.
That one, well, the funeral industry, like the wedding industry, is quite predatory.
Yeah.
It's built on some like cultural norms that we've built up,
Right.
that are kind of bullshit.
Also, wouldn't we eventually run out of space? Like I don't know about space, but like
Kind
Places
of.
to bury people.
we have the largest population we've ever had,
Yeah.
and also we're living longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know
mean-
if my math adds up, but maybe less people are dying a year. I don't know.
there's,
That sounds like a
but, like,
statistic I made up.
like if you care about the earth, you should,
You should get cremated.
Well, yeah. Embalming chemicals are just terrible. So if you have like, you know, if you get embalmed and then you get cremated, like that shit's going in the air. If you if you get embalmed and buried, that shit's gonna leak into the earth eventually, and it's very bad. I'm a big fan of the natural burial, where they just wrap you in a sheet and toss you in a hole. And
I want to get shot into space or planted at the base of a tree. You can do your
they do that now too.
cremation and your remains in like a
nice.
or
like
you can
a seed pack that you can like plant.
Ew, but
donate
then,
your
like,
body
would you
to
like turn
science.
into something that
Yeah, I'm a
somebody
fucking
would
tree.
then eat?
Well, I'm not gonna be an apple tree.
I don't know.
I'll just
You
be
might.
a regular tree. Squirrels can eat my nuts.
There you
I've
go.
been to a lot of funerals in my life.
That's sad.
Weird.
And
You don't have to go.
I haven't.
oh look, there's a funeral going on. Let's go.
Yeah, funeral crashers.
I've been to like one funeral my entire life.
Really?
Yeah,
been to
people
a
around
couple,
me
but,
are
like-
not dying, or
yeah.
I'm not being invited.
A bunch of kids in my school died. Well, not all at the same time, but like
I don't think I've seen like a body in a casket though in like 15 years.
Yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
getting
Weird.
cremated these days, which is like, yeah, it's fucking expensive to do the whole coffin embalming thing. It's weird. You end up not really looking like the way like they.
let the memories live on.
Yeah,
don't
like,
let people's last
embalmed
memory of you be
bodies
a
are
fucking corpse.
disturbing.
Yeah, I saw one when I was in high school, and it's like they have no color in their face anymore. That's
it's
something
terrible.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, it's real creepy. I don't like it. Like, there's
Yeah.
the whole idea is like you get to say goodbye for one last time, but
I
it's
don't know. It's weird.
It has kind of the opposite effect.
Yeah, no, I agree with the point that the worst one I ever saw was my grandma, who like she was in the hospital for a while, so like she looked bad. But that's the thing is like one of my last memories of her is like this gross casket thing.
Yeah.
When if I had not gone to that
Yeah.
funeral or she was cremated, I would have only had the memories of like seeing her on Christmas and like opening presents. But now like the first thing that comes to my mind is like this weird
Yeah.
waxy looking
Yeah.
corpse.
And then they try to get you buy like a fucking $5,000
I know,
coffin and
that's
like
insane.
finance it.
so
and
that's
shit.
really what killed this industry is basically the internet,
coffins?
because people are researching how much of a grift it is, because
Yeah.
you're dealing with a salesman at your most vulnerable time.
Ugh. Yeah.
And people are comparing prices now, and you can easily like a long time ago it was like there was one mortuary in town and they kind of got to dictate what the prices were.
Oh, also like the vast majority of mortuaries in the US I think are owned by one company
Yeah.
who's
yeah.
been quietly like buying them up. So it's like
It's a good
just this
business.
weird
It's always
monopoly,
happening.
though.
I mean, you won't go out
Yeah.
of business with I guess.
No,
I
unless
was
we
just
kill it.
thinking,
We're
unless
gonna
we
fucking
kill
kill
it, we're gonna
We're gonna kill death.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say if I died, I kind of just want a PowerPoint, but I want it to be like all of my thirst trap photos.
Yeah. Just
You
like,
Like here's Danny's ass, and
You should start
here's-
working on that now.
I know. Well, all you have to do is
Put a
just do
thumb
my
drive in your will.
Instagram.
oh, you should do like a timed after death copy of all of your thirsty DMs that you've gotten.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
And just
just
put everyone on
unleash them.
blast.
I've thought about that,
Yeah.
man. I've thought about if I die, like I'm just gonna. This industry's going down
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite of
Gonna
like,
out-
delete my hard
Kill
drive.
switch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
the
it's
opposite.
expose everything.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what's so morbid is I bet in like the next couple of years someone will make an app where you can like put up the pictures you want to show when you die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like something we would do.
I mean, well, because like stuff like this has existed for a while. It's like it's called a kill switch, and it's like you have to sign in like once a month or whatever, or like at whatever interval you choose. And if you don't, the stuff gets released.
Oh,
So it would not surprise me in the least if someone made an app for that
yeah.
that made
That's
it
like
real
sounds
nice
like a
and
morbid
easy.
fun. Like, oh, these are the things that I want people to see about me when I die.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something our
half the
generation
people it would be
do.
like end up being shitty because everyone's would just be like, fuck this person, fuck them, fuck you, fuck my boss, fuck
Yeah.
everything. And it's just like, how many times you got to hear that before you realize, yeah, everyone hates everything in their life for the most part.
I feel like mine would just be nice photos of me that I liked, and I want people
Yeah.
to revisit
Yeah.
again one more time.
That would be lovely.
Yeah.
That's what like a lot. And what I've seen, I don't have as many people dying all the time right now, although I'm getting older, so it'll probably start happening soon again. Like when I was a kid, like people died from stupid shit. Like they got hurt.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they got hurt really
Like,
bad
fell
and they
off a
fucking
roof or
died.
something, yeah.
But yeah, a lot of it is everyone is doing like people that get cremated, they have parties instead. They like want
Oh,
people to
yeah.
have a party in their
Yeah,
honor
I would
where
do
it's
that.
like a very fun, festive thing instead of sitting in a fucking room
Right.
with a dead body in it
yeah.
Yeah.
and eating terrible little
Yeah,
like,
cheese and crackers. Mm.
I agree we should start funeral crashing though. Millennials are killing gardening.
That's because we don't have gardens.
No one has gardens.
Fuck?
Yeah. Also, like, this is a very much a like urban LA thing, but if you garden like anywhere within arm's reach of outsiders, like they will fucking steal your fruit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't plant it, but I had like a
You're an
lemon
old
tree.
man.
I had a lemon tree in front of my old
lemons.
I mean, I'm glad. I'm actually glad someone was using them. But I had a lemon tree in front of my old apartment.
You
and
lemon stealing whore.
And all these fucking old ladies in the neighborhood, these abuelitas would come
it.
by and just be like,
I love it. Well, I
not going to
don't
use
take any of the I don't take any of the fruit around here for that because I'm like, I'm sure there's a shit ton of chemicals. Like I
It's
don't
probably gross.
regulate.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want this orange and
at least if I
fucking
get
grow
sick,
an
I can
ear
sue
out
Ralph's.
of my. Yeah.
No.
but gardening's like something I've wanted to get into for a while. I just haven't done it.
Have you been to the UK frequently? Or?
No.
So gardening is, if you believe the UK television, the national fucking pastime. There's like 50 gardening
They
shows,
all have
and
like
they're all
perfect
so
yards
interesting.
for
Yeah.
it. They're because like they don't. The idea of like a backyard in America is very different than the idea of a backyard in
Yeah.
the UK.
You gotta have a fire pit and some ATVs in America.
Yeah, like enough room to play like a full fucking 8-on-8 like
Yeah.
touch football match. Like
Yeah.
no, in the UK it's like a fucking square about the size of the house, and yeah, you just
Also,
garden.
we don't have the best climate, and
Well, here, yeah.
we don't get water.
Yeah.
And
There's
we
a
have
lot
water
of-
restrictions, and a lot of our all the grass is dead.
I
in
do
my
like the
neighborhood.
natural gardens in LA, the like succulent gardens.
Yes,
Some people have
We've
really
had to-
gone all out with
Dude,
that
I do
shit.
have succulents.
I love that shit.
I feel bad because I try to keep them alive and they still die. I either overwater them or underwater them, and I haven't figured it
Yeah,
out
they're
quite.
delicate.
Yeah.
But I think we have to move to succulents because of our climate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really do. I see a lot of people moving to that and astroturf, which we also have in my neighborhood.
See, the thing
which
with,
is so dystopian, is like that's what's
Yeah,
taking
They make
over.
it look good these days.
It
you
looks
can-
like astroturf.
I've seen some ones where it's like the grass is like way longer.
It sucks up dog pee. It does.
Yeah.
Like there's like the
Apparently
ones
stinks
around.
really bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the ones around my neighborhood like is just everybody's dog pees in
I've
it.
seen some
I-
nice like rock yards.
It's only gonna get worse. So yay!
I don't know, like yeah, everyone talks about grass, but there's definitely
Everyone talks about grass.
like
quote poll.
how it's fucking
People
bad.
hang out at parties talking about.
I mean, there's like patches of grass in my neighborhood, like not in people's yards, that are doing just fine without any help from anyone. And I'm like, yeah, just put some fucking grass in your yard. Yeah, it's dead half the year. It'll come back the other half.
Maybe.
Like, I don't give a shit. Grass is nice.
I like the idea that like Elliot just walking in his neighborhood like proud of grass. Hey, good for you. Nobody's even helping this thing. It's doing
Resilient.
fine.
I know it sounds crazy, but it's something it's something that we take for like that other. When I was living in Texas or something, I take for granted coming here is that we don't have grass and
Yeah.
we don't have
It's fine. You got to mow it. It's like who wants
Well,
to?
yeah,
no,
it's
I'm just
real.
saying, like, from our climate, we don't get a lot of. It rains like twice a year here,
Yeah.
and then we also have water restrictions because we're in a drought. So, anyways, but yes,
Yeah,
please
no,
continue.
it's I've seen people do.
That's why we
I
have
do notice it.
wildfires
There-
that destroy millions of homes.
Mm-hmm.
There's yards here that you don't look at all the nasty ones because there's so many of them because
Yeah.
people really don't know what to do. But people do nice things with rocks and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
trees
Yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It looks nice. So
Yeah, when I visit
there's ways.
Arizona and stuff, I see people doing that because they don't
Yeah.
have.
I mean, I'll never own a home, so I'll never get to experience
Yeah.
the yard. But
Yeah.
you could if you lived in Arizona.
Elliot has dirt in his front yard. It's just dirt.
Yeah.
That's why he loves grass so much.
It rained recently, so some grass grew.
There you go.
Like a few patches of it. I'm like, see?
We got like 2
No help
days
from
of
me.
rain.
It's doing it. Just so proud of this grass.
Yeah.
This is a sad one. Millennials, and we're almost done. This has been a long episode, but we're almost done. Millennials are killing tipping.
Oh, that's fucked
I
up.
don't know if I believe.
I feel like everyone I know has worked in the service industry and
that's
is like
why we tip.
and is almost too
Yes.
overzealous about it. They're like,
Yes.
you're not tipping 25%. I'm like, whoa there, buddy. It was
Yeah.
a soft 15 like 10 years ago. My rule is 20 because the math
Yeah.
is easy in my head. I'm like, cool. But everyone I know tips really well, almost to a fault. Like
Yes.
even when service
Same.
is terrible.
Yep.
Yeah, you
I'll
don't
be
wanna
like,
feel
why
bad.
are
I
you
never
tipping
go.
that much?
I never go under 20%. I normally do 25%. I never
I've
go
done
under
under 20
20.
if it's not great. But yeah, 20 is like I always just do
But
that.
a lot of the
Yeah.
times, to me, it's like this person doesn't want to be here. You know, like
Yeah.
I relate to that so
Yeah.
much.
No,
of
it's-
like they don't want to fucking be serving my drunk ass friends right now. Like they'd rather be at home.
That's like so much of all jobs. Like it's similarly like there's so many times where I want to like give an Uber driver like a shitty rating, but then I'm just like, but then they're gonna
this
get
person,
fired.
yeah, this
Like,
person
I don't wanna
doesn't want to be doing
Yeah,
this.
like I don't want to ruin this person's life
Yeah.
just because I was inconvenienced for like half an hour.
And also with like when you're waiting tables and stuff, so much is out of your control of like the kitchen and like, oh well, they got my food wrong. That's not the waiter's
yeah, it might
fault
just be a
most of the
bad
time.
restaurant.
Yeah, and so I don't know. Unless they're like a dick to me specifically, and even then I
Yeah.
still give them pretty good. I don't know. I try to. That's where my karma comes in, is tipping.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
good tipping karma.
But that's another generational thing. This one's fucking bullshit. Cause no, like boomers are the only fucking people I know who are like,
yep,
no tip.
didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
Didn't deserve
yeah,
it.
like I've
you
never
know?
fucking even heard of someone in my age group doing that shit. But like old fucking assholes
Yeah.
do it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. I think that it would be. There's some restaurants that I've gone to that have done the no tipping, where
I love that.
they pay a living wage and
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they
and it
provide
comes
benefits.
On, yeah,
Yeah.
the bill's just higher. Like, and it even says it on the menu. Like, you'll notice that our price. Like, I remember when a restaurant switched near me. They were like, you'll notice that our prices have increased. This is because we decided that it would be better for our staff if we paid them a living wage for the area.
Right.
Any gratuity added on top is completely at your discretion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still like
Still tip.
it's
That-
still
yeah,
kind of a guilt trip thing.
I do.
but,
Yeah. That's nice.
here's one I love.
I'm weird. I even tip with takeout. Like if I'm getting a to-go
I'll
order.
throw $1 in there. Yeah.
Yeah. I always tip
I
with.
mean, yeah, for kitchen staff.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
I always tip.
Not like 20% though.
If there's a line to tip, I know my friends and I were talking about this. If there's a line to tip, I will tip. So they're like, even at coffee places, yeah. Like if there's a line and it says
There's
you can tip,
I
I will
see that
always...
shit though at like the pet store will have like if you
I
use
don't
a credit
know.
card. I'm like, why do you have a fucking tip thing? I mean, I guess if people are getting like their dog's haircuts or something.
Yeah.
I'm like,
What
just buy a dog
what I
food.
will say that I love that's super easy is now the swiping one where it'll just turn and it'll say 15%, 20%, 25%, and I can just hit a button.
I always hit custom.
I just hit the button and
custom.
go. We're yeah.
I round it up and do like whatever's.
Everyone's got
I don't
different
round
methods.
up anymore.
Well,
It's all coming from my bank account,
the
and
thing-
it's not the same anymore as like paying cash.
Because you're in movies now. You have more money.
No, that's not what I meant. That's not what
It's
I meant.
different now.
I mean, like all the little pennies that I used to worry about. Like, shut up. No,
I'm going on the mouse.
you guys are dicks. I'm just kidding. No, but because it's you know how how we were taught to round up. You wanted like a dollar, like so it ended up being $26 evenly, and I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's just coming out of it's a
It
couple
doesn't matter.
pennies
That's
coming out of my
just
bank
weird
account.
OCD.
Because you're not doing your checkbook
You know what I mean?
anymore.
Yes, you're not doing your
Yes.
checkbook anymore.
The reason
That's
I
what
say that is
meant.
because primarily the places where that option where they flip it over and they're like press the tip button, 80% of the time that I am involved with that kind of checkout is when I'm getting a beer.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, or if I'm getting beer for a bunch of people, and I always do.
Oh,
My thing is
$1.
like $1 or $2 per beer. If I'm gonna be
Yeah.
there,
Oh, okay.
If I'm gonna be there
Okay.
for a while, I'll do $1 a beer. If I'm getting one beer and leaving, $2-3 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I always like, and I hate because it'll pop up and it'll be like, I just bought a beer for me and my friend, and it's it's $16 because it's like downtown LA or whatever. And it's like, do you want to tip fucking this much? And I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna give you $2 instead of $2.40. It's my 40 cents.
Right. I hear you.
Here's one that I love because I love this. I'm happy we're killing it. You might have a different opinion. Millennials are killing mayonnaise.
Why would I have a different opinion?
Mayonnaise sucks.
I don't eat mayonnaise.
It's disgusting.
I mean,
I love that out of your friends, you're the one like, you might not agree with this, Danny.
People love mayonnaise.
No.
well, thing is, this is not even true.
Isn't it like eggs and
It's just
eggs
aioli
and milk?
is having a real renaissance right now. I
yeah,
think
because it's a trick.
But I think what millennials are
Call it
killing
mayonnaise.
is Miracle Whip, which is fucking nasty.
No, you should never be able to have a dairy product that can sit on the shelf for that long of a period of time. Like eggs
yeah.
and dairy should not just be able to sit on the shelf for like 12 years. That doesn't sound right.
I don't go out of my way for it. I like aiolis, and I like German, it's like Central European mayonnaise, which is like completely different. But yeah, American mayonnaise is weird.
Oh, you know what you didn't even say was gluten. I mean,
Is it
and
gluten?
dairy. Gluten and dairy. No, I'm saying that we're killing that. Gluten and dairy.
Yeah, I think we
feel
already killed that.
Who drinks milk anymore?
Yeah,
Weird.
gross.
But now people actually, like, all I see are all these memes about people posting, like, when I have dairy, and it's like their stomach getting fucked up.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
it's,
bad.
it's not natural. It's baby food for little cows.
So,
Well,
but
and it's
the
like
thing is,
ours specifically here in this country is pretty fucked. So
I got like, we talked about this recently, and if I'm going to have milk, which is very rare, I have almond milk.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
people fucking rode me on Twitter.
many gallons of water goes into. I'm like, yeah.
to make almond milk.
Yeah, and I'm like, do you know how many gallons of water like one cow has to drink?
Yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah.
how they have to
They're
get
just
Or the
like,
beef
whole-
industry or how much pollution that causes.
methane.
Yeah.
So this one, the article for how millennials killed mayonnaise, is apparently so good that one of my favorite Twitter accounts took some selects from it.
Oh yeah.
Krang Nelson.
I'm
Oh,
curious.
I love Krang.
Curious about
How
this.
millennials killed mayonnaise. The rise of identity condiments has led to hard times
Identity condiments
for the
Fuck
most
you.
American of foodstuffs, and that's a shame. And then here's some pulls from the article. My son Jake, who's 25, eats mayo. He's a practical young man who works in computers and adores macaroni salad. He's a good son. I also have a daughter. She was a women's and gender studies major in college. Naturally, she loathes mayonnaise, and she's not alone.
This guy's really grasping at straws here. I don't think it's really about this. I think it's just mayonnaise is not that great.
So I guess this is like a quote from someone who's defending mayonnaise. This is bullshit. This attitude comes to you from young people who willingly slurp down 8 gazillion kinds of yogurt, not to mention raw fish and pork belly, and
Sounds
detergent pods. So don't talk to me about mayonnaise.
Oh, I will say, through Blue Apron, I've learned how to make. There's like, you can make a lot of really useful savory sauces using Greek yogurt.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And mixing it with other stuff, and it's a great mayo replacement for a lot of things, like stuff that you normally put mayo on. It tastes better.
See, but
More
the,
interesting.
the mayo thing is places will take mayonnaise and sriracha and mix it and be like,
Yeah.
it's sriracha aioli, it's spicy aioli, and it's like, no, it's
Yeah.
not. You're not fooling anybody. Get that shit off my burger.
I like it.
The best is like the
I'll defend that.
the reason that this person thinks that mayo is being killed is the only reason for this raging mayophobia is this generation's gut level renouncement of the greatest generation's condiment of choice.
No,
Wait, what?
no.
We're mad at our parents, so we don't eat mayonnaise.
Oh.
But like here, so again, I say like it's the same thing with like mustard. It's like yellow mustard, I'm sure, is being killed as we speak
By good mustard.
because there's better fucking mustard out there.
Yeah.
Like
This is all Obama's fault. He
all-
ate Dijon and changed the society.
all these fucking like greatest generation like boomer foods were made in an era where like
It had to
We
survive a
didn't care about
nuclear
it.
attack.
Yeah.
Which brings us to
Also,
the next one.
no, I want to say, I also think that we're like, oh, maybe we shouldn't be putting that in our body. We're also a generation that's getting sicker earlier, I feel like, from all the crap. I mean, when I was growing up, my parents would feed us fish sticks, with like fish in quotes,
Yeah.
and frozen fish sticks and like gushers. I'm like, nothing in nature looks like a
But
gusher.
it's delicious.
I mean, they're great, yeah, of course. But like when you look at like a lot of the shit that we put in our bodies, I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't have been having this cereal that was made from cardboard
yeah, we had
or whatever.
We had a lot of trust in the food industry there for a long
It
time.
was
I
like,
didn't
it
have a
looks
choice.
cool.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
I didn't have a choice. My parents had the trust in it. But that's
Right.
that is a good point that like the next thing that millennials killed, everything that people ate, it feels like in the 70s and 80s and early 90s was like created to last forever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was created to be on the shelf in a bomb shelter and be completely
Is it
fine.
American cheese.
American cheese is
Yeah,
being
that's
killed by
what, like,
millennials.
American cheese was designed specifically so that it would melt faster and last longer before getting moldy. It's like it's practical, but it's not good.
People
It's
just want
bad cheese.
Is it so wrong to want fresh food?
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to. Is like
Yeah.
people understand that you can get very nice cheeses and you
Yeah.
can eat those instead of a slice of
And
American
also, it's like when I
single or
eat this
whatever.
every day, my body doesn't move that well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But yeah, it goes to like the mayonnaise thing. It's like, sure, if someone wants to whip up some fresh mayonnaise, maybe it would taste better. But like whatever's coming out of the tube, or like the yellow mustard's a perfect example because that shit, like, it looks toxic. And
It's not natural.
I always, from my entire life, hated mustard.
Mm-hmm.
And the only time that changed, I actually enjoy it now because I went to like Verstakuke, or however you pronounce it.
It's pretty close.
Verstakuke.
Vestkusha.
And they had like stone ground mustard, like with the seed still in it. And I was like, this is fucking delicious.
right, this is how it's supposed
Yeah.
to taste.
But
Yeah.
the other one just tastes like,
It's supposed to hurt.
I think it's funny when boomers are like, "You these sensitive millennials and their food allergies." I'm like, yeah, that's because you fucked up the food, you dumbasses.
Yeah, you
like
did
you like
this.
fucking like put
Yeah.
chemicals in our shit when we were like growing up and little,
Yeah.
and now a bunch of us have all these issues, and when we come into contact with them.
yeah,
That's
sorry,
a good
mom.
point.
You've bastardized you, and this I know because a lot of my friends will go to other countries and they're able to have gluten, or they're able to have dairy, or they're able to have it in another country where
Yeah.
it's not bastardized to the point that
Yeah.
ours is.
Yeah.
For profit purposes. But yeah, they're like, "Oh, you sensitive." I wasn't like that. I'm like, yeah, no shit, because you guys fucking grew it. Because
Yeah.
you guys grew it like from like you it was a different policy, it was different regulations and shit.
Yeah.
When your grandparents were around, when our grandparents were around, you guys bastardized it to shit where it's not even real, and now all of us are having issues with it.
Yeah. And that goes back to like just the food was, it was, looking back on it now, it's like, that's fucking weird. Like, Mom, you made us all corn out of a can.
Yeah.
When you could very easily buy corn on
buy
the
a corn
cob and
and
just peel it off.
Boom.
My
Corn.
parents would, like, in the way that you might go to a nice burger place now that would make you like a legit burger. My parents used to take us to like Burger King and McDonald's, and we would
Yeah.
eat there like
Yeah.
3 times a week.
Yeah,
It's like,
same.
what is this meat? What is this food that you're, but it was like a normal thing that we would do.
Yeah.
And now I grow up and it's like, also, I just want to say, sorry, this is my rant. Of course I fucking want to eat cake. You think I don't want to eat cake? You think I don't want to fucking just put fudge in my mouth all the time? It bothers the shit out of me.
Yeah.
People are like, "Oh, you have food allergies?" It's like, I want to fucking slurp
We all wanna
spaghetti.
eat.
Yeah, I want, dude, don't you think that I want to eat it? I don't
Yeah.
want my body to fucking be inflamed and for me to, my
Yeah.
body to burst and not
Yeah.
be able to walk normal for a day or two. Like, oh, this is my gripe.
Yeah. Well,
And it was my parents that did it. It was
those
my parents.
old people that are all angry and shit. It's probably because they probably actually have food allergies and have been miserable for decades.
Yeah. But that to me is funny, is that like, you think that I want to have food allergies? I would love to eat whatever the fuck I want all
Yeah.
the time, like I did when I was little.
Yeah.
So here's the culmination of all of this. The reason why, and it's very obvious, millennials are killing everything. The Fed had a report that came out that said millennials are killing countless products and industries because they're poor and stressed.
Oh, really? Oh, really? The Fed? How many fucking eggheads did you have write that report? I mean, they're
Millennials
right.
are less well off than members of earlier generations when they were young, with lower earnings, fewer assets, less wealth. Conditional on their age and other factors, millennials do not appear to have preferences for consumption that differ significantly of those of earlier generations. They just don't have money to do it with.
Yeah, well, go 1 or 2 steps further and
The Federal Reserve
is
did this
that?
report.
like, yeah, it's because the value of work in the eyes of the people
Yeah.
assigning it has gotten to be a lot less valuable in the last half century.
Also, I saw an article like a couple days ago that was like, well, on average, millennials are making more than their parents did at that age.
That-
and I was
That's
like,
because we have to afford
that,
to
yeah,
live.
because and they, like in the
Everything's
article, it
gone
was
up.
like literally, if you adjust for inflation, it's not
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
not true.
That's because everything costs more.
Yeah.
Therefore, we have to be making technically, like if my parents made like, I don't know, $10 an hour.
Wow.
But you would have to make 16, like you would have to make more
Yeah.
for how much everything costs
also,
now.
I think people underestimate like how much inflation has occurred just in the last like 15 years.
Yeah.
It's pretty startling.
I wanted to say something that's probably not on that list, but what we are killing is church.
Oh, yeah.
And vocational. Like, I doubt that people are still becoming priests.
They
I can't
are. That's why the
imagine.
Catholic Church is
No,
so into
just-
going to third world countries because
But,
they're
like,
still into it.
I guess, but like nuns and things, I don't think that there's as much of a drive.
Well, good. Good. Seems
in
like a
churches.
shitty life.
I feel like people probably aren't really. There's not as many people going to church.
How can you
I feel
say
now.
that as a Latina?
It's really we have
You
a mixed
people
time.
are
no,
keeping
listen.
that shit alive.
My family is very interesting because Latinos are very Catholicism is a huge part of our culture, but also like we have brujas in my family, and it's like such a weird. We're very superstitious. It's like
Yeah.
such a weird place that we're in.
But that's like it's the same with like the Philippines and Southeast Asia. Like it's just folk religion and Christianity.
It's
sort of
weird
just
how they
get married a little bit.
It seems like, especially even in the South, because I mean, I still know a ton of people that go to church, and it's just it's tradition. It's honestly
your whole
at this
community.
point, it's the whole community
Yeah.
because no one like.
yeah.
It's the one time where everyone just comes together and hangs out.
If you leave the church, you're basically like turning your back on society.
I don't know, but I think places are changing because I went to school in Dallas, and I feel like that's a good example of how it was something that was super religious, and like everybody, if you were popular or whatever, you went to like the popular church, or you went to like that was a place
The one
where
where the guy
people would
flies
show-
in.
You mean Joel Osteen or whatever?
Yeah.
But it was like a status thing. It was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
showing up on Sunday dressed up or whatever. But now I feel like that's shifting there, especially as the city continues to grow, where less people, it doesn't matter as much.
They
Now
should
your
do like an
status
Uber
is-
for preachers. You just
Now-
call into your house and they'll just guilt trip you.
But now your status is seen on things like social media
Yeah.
where it's not necessarily like a church based
That's interesting.
I'll add another one
Sunday thing.
that I'm very proud of. Millennials are killing Facebook. I think that was the last year one.
Yeah,
but
boomers are
good-
definitely
good
keeping
riddance.
it alive
Yeah.
with their
they are-
minion memes and their.
No,
my
it's-
favorite is the one of the minions like saluting the American flag.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Like God bless America. Like we stand in this town or whatever. Just a
They're
minion.
fucking minions.
Yeah, this Mark Zuckerberg, you fucking asshole. It's it's like Facebook's just a fucking honey trap. It's obvious. We all know it at this point. Like it's useful for these fucking old people because they don't leave the house and they want to, it
Look
just
at
saves them time like calling up all their friends all
Mm-hmm.
the time. They can do it now on their phone.
They can bother people all the time. Post
their
pictures of their
cell phone.
grandkids.
Yeah, but
There's a lady that I follow. She's an older actress and she still hasn't quite figured it out because it'll be like so and so is happy to like she keeps putting is in front like how it used to be.
Oh, yeah.
Remember
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
years ago.
Yeah, is feeling
Is feeling is
energized.
excited,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, no, you don't put the is anymore.
she's bringing it back.
good.
love it.
Good.
Good.
Adorable
Well,
grandma.
another year in the bag.
Man, what are we
And
gonna kill next year?
I don't know. What do you think we're gonna kill next year?
Oh my god.
Maybe
Maybe buying cars.
That was
Maybe a
sort
couple
of
years
on the
ago.
list this year. It's
Yeah.
because of Uber and Lyft.
It's so much more to me now that I think about it. It's like, well, especially with ride sharing, you don't have to you don't have to pay for insurance. You totally get rid of
Yeah.
your insurance bill. You don't have to pay for your car. You don't have to pay for gas. So it might actually
yeah.
even
I
out.
don't. After my last car met its demise, I have not.
and
gotten
you
another
never,
one.
especially here in big cities, you don't have to pay for parking. You don't have to
Yeah.
worry about parking.
I'd say if you're going 15 or I'd say like 10 miles, LA is different. Like 10 miles in LA to and from work, which is about me, then it's fine. But like my fiance works in a different, like she works downtown.
or
so
she
like
has to work
that
in
would
like
be
Culver City. It would
that would be
it would be like
way,
$40
way too
rides
much.
every time.
Yeah. I don't know. Next year, I think Facebook will probably like be pretty much done for millennials.
Yeah.
There's I think like a lot of the general app culture is already dying. Like people are going to be having like, it'll be harder for like apps to come
Yeah.
out and grab any kind of attention.
Oh man,
and
TikTok.
like digital.
the
I guess you're right.
the
But that's
Gen
Generation Z.
teens. The
I-
teens love TikTok.
I think we'll keep seeing the NFL decline.
Yeah. I think
Specifically.
I think video games, like major developer video games, we've already seen like the tide turn since like 2 years ago, where like companies are actually going out of business now. Like big game
Yeah.
studios are going out of business, and
Damn.
like the shit with Fallout 76, it's probably really serious to Bethesda because I'm sure they spent a lot of money on that game and it's not doing well, and it's like
But
there
all
are
completely
consequences.
avoidable.
Yeah, but there are consequences for doing that. Like the Battlefront thing last year with EA probably didn't have the main effect on Battlefield V or whatever this year doing terribly, but it definitely didn't instill any kind of consumer confidence in the company to do
Yeah.
anything right. So I think that we might see a big like indie devs are doing fine.
Yeah.
But I think we might see a big shift in like AAA game studios, or you're going to see something even worse, which is what happened to MCNs, where companies like EA and Activision and stuff just start buying up all the indie devs and then ruining them.
Yeah. I did think it was cool that the video game awards had like increased or doubled their viewership or something. I thought that was
Yeah, that's fine.
It was very easy to watch.
Yeah, because
that helps.
people watch it
It's
because
better
it's
than
debuting
it-
new trailers that
it-
you've never seen before.
Yeah, it's better than
Yeah.
it going the opposite direction.
Yeah.
I think what we will see is esports becoming, and this will be in the next couple of years, becoming more regulated and they're really trying to push it. Iffy
Yeah.
and I did, I have a podcast called Nerdificent, and we've done a couple of episodes on talking to people that are involved in esports, and I know that they're trying to get it into an Olympic event.
Yeah, they had it at the
These
China Games
motherfuckers
or
are all
something.
on Adderall and like.
But that's the
like,
thing,
it's-
though, is that if once you step into that arena,
Yeah.
you are going to have to look at drug
Yeah.
regulation. You're going to have to look at a lot of that. It's going to be regulated more. But I
There's, like,
think it's going to
image-
continue
a bunch of them lost their jobs because they just like couldn't not call people gay slurs on their
Yeah,
like, private
and you're going to start
socials.
seeing, but these are 19-year-olds
Yeah.
that need PR people. You're going to start
Well,
who
same
come
with-
into money that get like $1 million when you're 19 and you have nobody that's really helping.
That's the
you.
problem is like typically with sports, the way that you climb is you go to college and compete in college and then you go into the majors.
Yeah.
For esports that doesn't exist. So there's no
Although there are
there's no
you-
like mental development. You're like 17 and you like have no problem saying the edgiest shit in the whole world, but that doesn't fly when you're in a professional like
course.
esports organization.
Yeah, and that's shit that they say to each other online, which
Yeah.
is like is not acceptable at all, but is something that happens more in gaming culture. I feel like
Yeah.
where people talk
Well,
shit
and
like
it's just
that
like
to each
being
other.
young. Like you don't understand the consequences
Yeah.
of what you're saying. You don't understand how.
Yeah.
Like empathy is something that is. Some people don't have it at all. But
Yeah.
empathy is something that is built over time as well, and through life experiences and seeing how things. There's a learning process with a lot of the like mental capacity. Like when you're 18, you are not the same person as you are when you're 29
Yeah.
or even 25. You have more
And the
life
shit that you
experience.
guys would say to each other on the playground is now something that you're saying
To the
publicly.
world.
Yeah,
Publicly,
yeah. I will say though that in our episode there are a lot of there are universities that have official esports teams, and
yeah.
you can get a scholarship. That's insane. You can get your degree and a scholarship playing for a university like
Yeah.
that.
as a gamer.
Yeah, but that's so crazy that our landscape is changing that much. So I
Yeah.
think we're going to be seeing more stuff. So we might be killing real sports.
Good.
And
Well, except for
I like
soccer.
the NBA.
Soccer.
I like
basketball's
the NBA.
fun, but
Soccer's
I
doing
like
great.
basketball players.
And
Yeah.
basketball's doing great.
I think
football still has
hockey-
the
hockey
football still
might
has the
be-
Super Bowl. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the one game I watch.
Well, watch out, boomers, because we're coming for everything you love next year,
Yeah.
and we only have so many things that we're allowed to kill every year. But whatever you love is next.
Yeah.
So watch
and
out.
Dani,
Yeah.
Nerdificent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your podcast. What, anything else you
Nerdificent on how stuff works. Yeah, I have a show called Fangirling at Nerdist. Check it out. It's women talking to female creators, which is amazing. We've had a lot of cool game developers on, and some of the women behind Spider-Man, and some of the women behind Star Wars Resistance. And I'm also in Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Yeah.
So
Go
go
see
check it out.
Ralph
It's
too.
out.
And what's your Twitter?
Oh, I'm at Ms. Dani Fernandez.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming along on this
Thanks.
murder spree. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Literally as the card ended. That's why I was like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
good.
so, wrap it up.